Okay, here it is. 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. Started life as a two-wheel drive. Currently up for sale as seen. Took me 6 months to build this Jeep. It started out 100% two-wheel drive. I did everything. I painted the flares, cut the fenders, front and back. The back, I had to actually reconstruct the inside, the metal, weld it all in. It looks pretty good. Used seam sealer on the inside, did it all very well the way it should be. Dirty Life 17x9 beadlock wheels. They were polished. I had them powder coated, tempered gunmetal. Did the blackouts on the hood. OR Fab front bumper, factory 55 safety thimble, synthetic rope, Smittybilt H2O winch. Up here we have the JCR Adventure Rack, Baja Designs light bar. No other light bar that I've ever bought has come close to the performance of that. Here we are up. Maple tree decorating the Jeep for us. Front, we have metal cloak, dual rate springs, JKS ACOS adjusters to get the extra lift, because the springs are 3.5. I added those when I went to a 37-inch tire just to get the height, but it's originally a 3.5-inch lift. Fox 2.0 shocks, Dana 30 up front with 456 gears, ARB. Fox steering dampener. You know, you've seen the videos, everything looks brand new, but keep in mind, this is 5 years and about 70,000 miles of driving since this Jeep has been built. So, Detours USA rear tire carrier. This is no longer available. Nice thing about it is it ties in to the quarter panel and anchors. That's it. We have a same tire, same wheel back here for spare. This is on a quick release, so you can take it out, pull this tire off in need, or take the license plate out to clean the wheel. But we have a BF Goodrich all-terrain TA KO2 for a spare. The reason I did that is because of big mud terrain on the back. Even though it's the same size, the carcass shape is a little bit different. This is a little more streamlined, fits the body of the Jeep better. Doesn't look obnoxious. Here we have BF Goodrich KM3 37 1250 17s. I bought these exactly 2 years ago this month. However, I have only driven this Jeep since then about 1,000 miles. So tires are in really good shape. I've done, like I said, 1,000 miles with probably, maybe 100 to 200 of those snow wheeling. So that's it. No mud, no nothing else, just snow wheeling. I've never taken this and got it muddy. So here's the interior shots. You can see this interior is in really good shape. You have normally on the inside here tears and stuff because the vinyl gets brittle and breaks. Not this one. We have the same here. This is common, super common, but an upholstery shop can replace this panel of vinyl all the way around to either this seam or take it all the way It's not that expensive. I've had to do two now. One for my last Jeep, one for my son. Headliner, absolutely flawless. I redid this when I did the Jeep. Brand new headliner with the proper headliner material. I bought it, it had Star Wars fabric up there, so that had to go in real quick. Double DIN radio conversion. We have Alpine Type R separates, back behind here. Very expensive, great sounding speakers. Let's open the back door. We can see here, nice and clean inside, no tears. No tears. And I will go to the other side and we will look at this seat and I'll show you. There's no tears on that side. Nice and clean. Let's look at one thing. There is one thing with the interior as well. Other than that, it is a leather steering wheel. The leather is kind of worn up here. So it's not the worst I've ever seen. It's actually in pretty good shape for a leather steering wheel. But that is it. We have no cruise control. Unfortunately, this one didn't have cruise. Okay, let's go back here. Gas door right here is air supply for airing up tires. That is done by an ARB single. Let's see. Here we go. You can see it there. ARB single compressor. That was in my red Jeep. It's probably 12 or 13 years old, and it's still working great. It runs the front locker, the rear locker, and then to get the back open, we open the latch, and the spare tire swings open. You have to swing it open far enough to clear this. And here's the back, nice and clean. I do have a Kicker 12 in here. I'm 51 years old. I did car audio for a long time when I was younger. I'm still an audiophile. I still like the sound. So it's the only thing that I've put any sort of stereo in very recent years. No tears up here on the vinyl. No breaks, cracks, broken trim. It's all intact. This here's for the methanol injection. It's Snow Performance. I have the smallest nozzle available in the intake. However, I only put distilled water in that. It's not tuned for methanol. The whole idea of that is to cool intake. So if you want to really drive it hard and stuff, I turn that on so that we keep the temperature down in the combustion chambers. Not necessary if you're just driving it and you're driving it around town, on the freeway, whatever. Don't need it. Pull a long hill up a mountain pass, yeah, you might want to turn it on. You want to race your buddy or something? Yeah, turn it on. So going into the passenger side, same thing here, nice and clean, no tears. Dash is nice and clean, nothing obnoxious. Here, I think we got some water on the lens. Okay, nice and clean here again. No tears. We got a little bit of staining here. It's just from dust getting in, maybe a little wet or something. Probably just needs scrubbed. But here we are, driver's side. Vinyl looks great. Whoa, a couple little cracks right there, but nothing too serious, right? Good shape. All right, let's go to the exterior again, cause here it is. 5 years, forestry roads, backcountry discovery route several times, Oregon, Washington. You're gonna get rock chips in the fiberglass flares. There's not much protection from those guys. Come up here, typical stuff, right? Rock chips in the header, right? A lot of this is water, but you can see we do have a few rock chips. It's starting to rain, so, you know, nothing too serious, but you got that. And then we got just, you know, these right in the hood. You know, they look terrible in this photo or the video because I'm up close, but you know, that's what you're gonna see when you look at it. Stand back a little bit, it's not bad. You could use some touch-up paint, probably never see it. All right, now let's get to the good stuff. Oh, before we go here, we talked about the front axle. Let's talk about the rear axle. This is a Chrysler 8 1/4 29 spline. Has chromoly 10 factory alloy axles. We have the Fox 2.0 shocks, JKS shackles. This was built using the factory shackle. So if a person wanted to go back to 3.5 inches and run 35s, easily done, very easily done. As we said, 8 1/4 29 spline, chromoly axles, ARB locker, rear disc converted. The only thing is we don't have an emergency brake hooked up. I just never went and bought the cables. You can buy the cables for a Jeep Liberty and put it right together in about an hour. Okay, open the hood, nice and easy. It's not stuck and jammed like a lot. We're gonna fire this up. You're gonna notice 2 lights, low washer, low fuel. Everything's good. We have good idle. Oil pressure, coolant temperature is great. It does not overheat. There we are for mileage, 250,000, 19 miles. Voltage looking good. We have a high amp alternator. So let's open the hood. There we go. Brand new Optimo battery. Brand new water pump. However, it's Napa's premium. It didn't look premium to me, so I ordered a Mopar one. I have it in the garage in a box. Brand new air compressor for the AC. That was new. Look down there, you can't tell. There we go, new alternator. BoostWorks for boosted technologies. Supercharger, intake. This is for the methanol injection. PSC, power steering reservoir. PSC, high volume pump. And if we look down, yeah, you can't tell, but I have the $1,000 PSC steering box. As you can see, pretty clean. You know, I'm super particular and I'm super conscious about getting anything wet, electrical. So I lightly spray in here sometimes when I clean it. I haven't done it for like a year now. The Jeep has been sitting for a year. Here we go. And there it is. To prove I haven't been driving it much, I actually got pulled over this summer, one of the 5 or 6 times I drove it. That's the last time it's been registered. Otherwise, It either sits right here in the driveway where my trailer is parked, or it sits out there on the road. So this video is for anyone that's interested in looking at my Jeep. This gives you a good idea what we're looking at. It built it 5 years ago, so it does show its age. As you can see, doesn't look like brand new when I first did it, and is what a lot of you are seeing now. So there you go. Any questions or anything, feel free, message me, call me, anything. The parts list is in the ad, but we have a core 4x4 off-road extreme duty 4-link long arm kit. You can see that down here with bent up arms for clearance. We have the Notch custom rock sliders, Notch custom flares. Yeah, it's ready to go. It literally doesn't need anything. You can hop in this and go snow wheeling, go exploring forestry roads. I mean, if you want to take it to the off-road park, you can definitely do that too. However, I've never had it there. I hope whoever buys it kind of has the same pride for it that I do, and don't beat it up.